Hi folks, I'm here in the Mobile Cartography Command Center and today we're going to be inking this map. I'll be using Technique 5 from my mountains video and Technique 2 from my trees video. I'll put both links up so you can check them out. I'm also going to use Pigma Micron 02 and 005 pens. These are my absolute go-to pens for cartography. I use them in almost everything. You'd have seen them in all my past videos. There's links in the description down below on where to get them. Anyway, as this is a time lapse, I'm not going to talk too much, but I will point out some of the techniques I do throughout. Let's get on with it.
To start with, we'll draw a quick rectangle border and I'll zoom in to fill the screen as it's a portrait map. With our thicker 02 micron, we'll start to ink in the mountain shapes using the Technique 5 from my previous mountain video. I'll also use the 02 pen for drawing in the rivers, coastlines and lakes, as well as the forests using very light pen pressure. In the sketch, I've drawn in rectangles and names for the places of interest, so I'll ensure I don't do any inking inside those rectangles. These little humps are going to be barrows. I'm not going to name them just yet as they'll be for the players to learn about, but they're going to be called the Graves of Fallen Kings. Now for shading the mountains, I'm going to use the thinner 005 pen, and I always like to shade from the right hand side. You can see I've drawn in pencil ridge lines so I can follow them with my shading. Let me know what you think about this technique in the comments. On these steps, we'll draw the upper line first in the thicker pen, then with little vertical lines coming down for the waterfalls to link up the rivers. And shading these needle mountains works the same way as the other mountains, just without ridge lines. And we'll add a little bit of detail on the barrows on the ground to sort of ground them in the map. And back on the steps, we'll use our thinner pen to draw parallel lines to the top and then little vertical lines to link them up and make them look like cliffs. And then we can add a little accent to the top and bottom edges to make them look a bit more real. On the lakes and coastlines, we'll add a little line from each indent to make it look like cliffs. And we can add a little bit of shadow on the steps as well. To do these craters, we'll draw the top shape first and then the contours coming off each edge. Then we'll do the same on the inside and shade the right hand side just like the mountains. To draw a marsh, you can add these little tufts of reeds and then add some horizontal lines, and that's it. And then adding to the border, I'll let it kind of run behind for some of the bits. I'm not quite sure how happy I am with this, but it'll do for now. Lastly, we'll add all our place names and then add a little bit of detail on the water, and we're done.
Alright, thanks for sticking around to the end. That was about an hour and a half's drawing condensed into about 10 minutes of video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like and maybe subscribe for future videos. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Cheers!